Welcome to Through the Bible in a Year with Pastor John. We invite you to join us at 1 Oakleigh Avenue in North Providence, Rhode Island. This podcast is presented to you by The Way Ministries, supported by listeners like you. For donations, live videos, podcasts, and more, please visit www.thewayministriesri.org. Thank you and have a great day.
Hi everybody, welcome to Through the Bible in a Year with Pastor John. So glad you can join me today to get a portion of God's Word. Today we're going to begin day 128, May 7th, reflection and worship. Before we get started, I'd just like to say it's always a great time to reflect on the previous 6 days that we've been reading, or like I say, you can catch up. Sometimes, we get busy and life gets in the way. And, we could always catch up. Like I said, don't beat yourself up. God just wants us to be faithful, not perfect, okay? So just keep on keeping on. If you fall behind, it's okay. Just keep reading, pick up where you left off, and just keep going. God is with you and blessing you along the way. Okay, let's go. Strength of the Lord. The finger that points the way is part of the hand that provides the need. Look back. Hezekiah's and Ezra's names have similar meanings. Ezra means help. Hezekiah means God strengthens. But there the similarity ends. Hezekiah was a king. Ezra was a priest. They never met since they lived hundreds of years apart in different parts of the world. Hezekiah in Jerusalem, Ezra in Persia. Hezekiah was trying to protect his nation from enemy attack. Ezra was intent on rebuilding his nation after 70 years of exile. And yet these two heroes of the Old Testament accomplished great things for God because they shared a common passion to read, study, and obey the law of God. They were able to provide help and strength in the lives of others because their own lives were anchored to the unchanging foundation of God's Word. Hezekiah and Ezra, Ruth and Esther, what a rich heritage of heroes and heroines you'll find in the pages of the Old Testament. Men and women who walked with God in uncertain days, made tough decisions, faced giant-sized enemies, prayed powerful prayers, and accomplished mighty feats in the strength of the Lord. Look up. Ezra learned firsthand about the hand of the Lord his God. Ezra 7:6, 9, 8, 18, and 22. When an attribute of God is described in human terms, it is called an anthropomorphism. Here are just a few of the many ways in which God is described in human terms. Can you explain the significance of each analogy? The hand of the Lord, Joshua 4:24, helps us come to grips with the voice of the Lord. 1 Samuel 15:22 speaks of the eyes of the Lord. 2 Chronicles 16:9 causes us to view the arm of the Lord. Isaiah 51:9 refers to when a boxer throws a jab, his intent is to cause his opponent to feel the power of his hand. All the strength of the boxer is channeled and directed through his hand. In the same way, God desires to channel his power through the life of the believer. Ezra's life was full of God's power because Ezra's heart and mind were full of God's word. Look ahead. If you're experiencing a season of weakness or fruitlessness in your spiritual life, perhaps you need to check your power supply. A branch that is wilted and fruitless has obviously become severed from the vine, its source of strength and life. John 15:1-8. Happiness, fruitfulness, prosperity, each is the heritage of anyone who makes the law of the Lord his or her daily meditation. Psalms 1:1-3. It's a truth Ezra learned, and so can you. To meditate is to chew the cud, drawing nourishment from the life-giving truths of the Bible, just like a cow draws nourishment from the life-giving grass. and typically one chew isn't enough. There is ample reason to meditate upon the same passage over and over again, for God delights to give fresh insight from familiar passages. Thumb back through the readings you've covered so far this year and find a favorite passage or devotional. Read it again thoughtfully, reflecting on how the intervening months have helped to sharpen your insight into its meaning and application. That's all for today, my friends. It was great reading along with you. Keep up the good work, and God bless. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Lord willing, peace.